It should come as no surprise that St. Genevieve was able to overachieve in Bob Stolzer's final season last year, going 6-4 despite having just 6 seniors and losing their best player to an ACL injury in training camp. The Hall of Famer had a tendency of getting the most out of his players, but now St. Genevieve must adjust to a new coach as defensive coordinator Ken White takes the reins.
It's a nice situation to be in. I've had a couple people ask me what's it like to, replace a guy like that, and I'm not replacing Bob. I think everybody knows that, but he's got a heck of a thing set up here. He's been here for a long time, and it was actually a pretty easy transition because a lot of things that are entrenched in here that I really like, the discipline and the hard work and those kind of things that kind of you tie in with Bob Stolzer St. Genevieve football, and so I think that kind of makes it a little bit easier transition, and I'm looking forward to it.
And unlike last year, expectations are high this season at St. Genevieve as 17 seniors return, including running back Anthony Rowe, who missed his junior year with that ACL tear.
I think I'm back to 100% and should be doing good. I think once I start playing, I can push it aside and just play.
Coach White seems to think he'll be ready to go.
I think he is. It's hard to tell until he gets out in games and starts cutting on it, and I think that's going to be a lot of confidence for him and how he's going to take that. But we're expecting good things out of him. He worked hard to get back where he's at, and he's always been strong, and he worked hard in the weight room. Coach Sherry kind of catered with him a little bit and got him really strong, and Anthony's always got a good football mind, so we're hoping for good things out of him.
If there was any good that came out of Rowe's injury in camp last year, it was the emergence of Austin Brewer, setting the Dragons up for a dynamic backfield in 2015.
I'm really excited. Last year I actually started off as 4th string running back with 2 seniors and Anthony over me, obviously, and then 2 got hurt and Anthony got hurt. I think me and Anthony have an experience. We've both been varsity running backs, have over 1,000 yards apiece. I think we have the potential to do great things.
That kid's just so smart, and you can tell by talking to him, he's on the intelligence side of the game all the time, and it helps him at linebacker too, but I think it helps him so much at running back, just kind of being able to see not just what he's doing, but the whole picture, and he's level-headed, he doesn't get real upset, but man, he's a worker. He's a good wrestler, he's got good hands, good feet, good balance, and I think he's going to put together another good run.
Complementing a loaded backfield will be junior quarterback Wyatt Lalamandir, who's also quick on his feet and has a year of starting experience under his belt.
Oh, it's been a big difference from last year to this year. You can definitely tell that I've grown a lot. I've worked in the off-season with a couple guys. It's helped a lot.
He worked so hard in the off-season. The kid got stronger this summer. He's a competitor, and that's probably the biggest thing that we talk about in the locker room, on the field. Whatever you're doing, guys compete at it, and you don't have to tell Wyatt twice. He's always competing. He wants to be the best at what he's doing, and man, he's quick. Gosh dang, he's got good feet, and he's gotten really strong. Because he got in the weight room and he did just come in and kind of stand around. He came in and started pushing weights up with some of the bigger guys.
The Dragons did struggle up front last season, unable to give their young quarterback time to put the ball in the hands of his playmakers. This year, Morgan Shank leads a much improved group.
We, like I said, hit the weight room hard, and we were much stronger than last year, so we should be a lot better, and we know all the plays pretty much, so we're just building on that.
Everyone's coming back except for one guy, I think, so that makes a huge difference that everyone has experience and knows what's going on this year.
The key, I think, is going to be that line, and that's like everybody. You've probably heard that a million times, but it truly is here. We know we've got some skill people that can do some things with the ball, but I think we did last year too. We just didn't really gel as an offensive line, and these guys got stronger. They bought into what we were doing in the offseason. They got stronger in the weight room, and they've become a really good unit.
And although Dream Team receiver Drew Schmelsley has graduated, the Dragon quarterback says his receivers won't skip a beat.
On Logan Reinhardt, he's really very fast. Dalton Giesler, he played a lot for us last year. He has good hands, and we got a sophomore this year, Luke Brewster. He played a little bit of running back for us last year, and they all got good hands and good speed.
I think he's got real good options. Drew's going to be hard to replace, and he was a big target of good hands. He did a lot of things for us, but we've got some kids. Logan Reinhardt's got good speed, good hands. Logan Seibel, good speed. I can go good speed, good hands. There's a bunch of them. Dalton Giesler's going to play out there some if we don't play him at tight end, and we got Wyatt mentioned the sophomore Luke Brewster, another one with good speed and hands. I think he's going to have plenty of targets to throw to. It's kind of one of those good problems to have. Coach Weiler, who are you going to go to now?
The defense wasn't bad last year, allowing 21 points per game, and it stands to improve in 2015 with senior Logan Dowdy leading a stacked linebacking core.
Our defense was still pretty good last year, and this year I think it'll be good again because we didn't lose a whole lot. So our defense is still looking good this year.
Austin Brewer is also in that mix.
Last year we were pretty young. We were mostly a junior dominant group, and I think the experience that we have coming back should be very beneficial. We already know the system, so we can expand off of it. We can go more into depth. Like, for example, as linebackers, we'll understand the defense a little more and be able to expand, call blitzes, and stuff of that nature.
And Coach Wyke is a defensive-minded coach, so I asked him what the calling card of a Ken Wyke defense is.
Play fast, and don't get yourself out of position. We're real basic, and I talked to PJ over at Park Hills, and I think we run a lot of similar sets and things like that, and we're not near their level yet, but we'd like to get there. But if you watch them play, I watch them on film, and that's the kind of things we want to do. When you get fast, and when you get there, you get physical, and that's defense. You can change a lot of things about the game of football, but if you're not there quick, and if you're not making pops when you get there, you're not really going to do a lot defensively. So that's kind of where we're preaching, and hopefully it'll come out that way.
But Brewer expects the team to perform well in all three phases this year.
I think we're pretty well-rounded. I think Wyatt's a good quarterback. He can pass, or we'll be able to pass, we'll be able to run. On defense, we're also going to be, I think, in my opinion, pretty good. We had a lineman that switched in, but he wasn't even a full-time starter. And we had 2 outside linebackers that we're replacing. But other than that, we all started last year.
According to Coach Wyke, though, it will take everyone being on the same page to accomplish their lofty goals in his first season as head coach.
Our big goal is to win games, and if Wyatt does it with his arm, or Anthony or Austin do it with their, we're happy. And that's going to be the key, is this group needs to figure out how to not be selfish and kind of take it that way, and I think it's going to be a pretty good team.
The Dragons open up at Dexter Week 1. You can hear more from Coach Wyke about the 2015 St. Genevieve Dragons during the Pigskin Preview on August 19th at 6 o'clock on Regional Radio. Reporting from the St. Genevieve Football Training Camp for Regional Radio Sports, I'm Glenn Johnson.